and welcome back to another episode of HobbyLink Japan's Amateur Builders Club, where amateur builders like me, and maybe like you, learn how to build some really cool kits together. So today we have something really exciting. We have another one of the Kotobukiya Arcanadea series. We have Ermeda. So previously on our live streams, we built the Sophiera, who is over here. Dun, 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 dun. So we will be building Meda today. So this is one of my personal kits. She's from my personal collection. I absolutely adore this one. She is one of my favorites, if not my number one favorite from this line. I saw her at a hobby event a few years ago. I'm not sure which one it was, but I saw her in the case back when she was still prototyped, so it was just the grey, the non-painted version, and I immediately fell absolutely in love with her, and I knew I had to have her, and I was waiting for such a long time for her to come out, and then she finally came out, and then, as is the curse of all hobby kit builders, she ended up sitting in a pile waiting to be built. But today we are going to build her together. I wanted to talk a little bit more about why I love this kit so much. If you've watched some of my other videos, you'll know that I really love Nekomi's designs, and this is another illustration by Nekomi. This one is so adorable. So for this particular range, the Arcanadea range, they have a few different types of characters. They have the angel type deers, and they have the demon type deers, and then they have the animal type or beast type deers. So that's why you have, some of the girls have these like angel wings, and some of them have these like little demon wings, and then some of them have like the animal features. They have the ears or the tails, etc. So these are actually my favorite. There's two currently released in the angel type deers. There is this one, and there is another one who we'll be building together next time. That is Lumatia. We are in a different space today because we are changing up our current filming location. So we'll be back in the regular spot next time. So sorry about that. Okay, so let's go ahead and open her up. I'm so excited about this one. We got it. Here's a closer look at that beautiful illustration on the cover there. It's so pretty. And a quick look at the side of the boxes as well. We have a preview of some of the expressions. And on the other side, we have a preview of what this kit is going to look like. So in terms of what I'm most looking forward to is definitely these wing pieces. On this Sophiera kit, I ended up going with her like small bat wings, but for these I really want to get her full set of wings going because they look so cool. And here's the inside of the box. So right away we have the wing pieces that I'm so excited for. Look at that, there's so many. Lots of white pieces of this kit. We got the what looks like the bottom of her cape. Some of the accessories and the details. These are going to look really, really good. I just really love the muted tones of this kit. I think for me, one of the challenges I have with model kits is that my general displays are very cutesy. I have a lot of pink and blue and lots of light colors. So I kind of struggle to find hobby kits that like match that aesthetic, but she's going to look right at home with all of my Bashoujo figures. So I'm really excited for that. So there's actually not too many runners, all things considered. I was really expecting this one to be pretty intense, but I think in comparison to the Jiangxi kit we made last time, I think this one won't be too bad. She says confidently.
How long did the Jiangxi kit take you to build?
You know what, I don't even know. I think I ended like a kit building fugue state.
Maybe like 7 hours?
Maybe like 7 hours. That was intense. All right, here's the instructions. A nice, how many pages have we got? A respectable 32 pages. What do you think? Maybe like an hour, 2 hours?
At least 4.
At least 4? Let's see. I found the face pieces. The painting on these is just so beautiful. I don't know if you can really capture the detail on camera. She looks so cute. I can't wait. Okay, let's get stuck in.
Let's get stuck in.
All right, let's get started. So here is the instruction manual featuring the same beautiful illustration from the box. So when we open it up, we have some more examples of the completed model, and also the website. So if you're interested in the lore of these characters, I highly recommend going and giving that a read, because it is quite intensive actually. Okie dokie. I don't need that. So this says normal mode, so that is where we are going to start. So looks like we're going to start with her face, so let's dive in. Looks like we're going to start with E and J. So let's have a dig around for those. This kit does have decals as well, if you prefer. But I'm going to go ahead and use one of the pre-made faces this time. Okay. So we have J, this has lots of her hair pieces. I just love this color. This kind of like grayish, wait, it's kind of, it's like purplish grayish color. It's so cute. I love it so much. Okay. So we need J13, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab my nippers for this one. I learnt last time not to bother wearing any nail polish because it chipped off so bad. If anyone has any strategies for that, please let me know. Because my nails got obliterated last time. At some point I want to invest in some God Hand nippers, because last time I got a lot of comments saying that it would be a lot easier because then you can cut a lot closer. And I hate filing, so anything that cuts down on that would be great. So I think I already made a mistake. So here this says, be careful when pulling it off. And I think that I might have over trimmed it. So we'll see if that is something we can move past or if I'm gonna have to get the cement out. First time I built a kit, I was getting very frustrated whenever I made a mistake, if I cut something I shouldn't have or broke something. But I think, to be honest with you, I think that's kind of part of the process, and you just have to be okay with it. It's never going to be perfect, but it is yours, and that is, well, in its own way, that's perfect, I think. That's something that sets model kits apart from, you know, scale figures, is this is something that we put together with our own hands, and it's always going to look like it was put together by our own hands, and that is a good thing, not a bad thing. That's how I feel anyway. The earpiece is kind of freaking me out. It kind of reminds me of those 3D headphones. Any ASMR enjoyers in the chat know what I'm talking about. Cut the wrong piece off. It's okay, we need it soon, just not yet. I always read it in the wrong order, even though there's an arrow that says what order to read it in. During previous builds, I split up the building into a few sections of an hour or so each. As a fun extra challenge this time, I wanted to try to build the entire kit in one session. Usually, my technique is to focus on one part at a time and stop when I complete that area. I'm usually quite leisurely about it too. I let myself take my time and I chat with people around me for advice and that kind of thing. This time though, there was no time for that kind of leisurely lollygagging, so I took a break each time I finished a section, but otherwise I just stayed locked in and powered on through. So something that I really don't like when I make these kits is getting, maybe you can't really see on camera, I'm not sure, but these little like things that stick up when you can't cut it really close. But I recently discovered a really easy way to manage that. So I'm going to try to cut it as low as I can with the nippers. So there's still like a little bit sticking out, but it's not too bad. And then I'm going to go in with my file and I am going to be pretty aggressive with it until that surface is flat. And the downside, of course, of doing that is now the texture is completely different to the rest of the plastic around it. So we're going to take a buffer and we're going to buff it out. And that just makes it really smooth and it brings back some of that texture, that shiny plastic texture. For some reason I had it in my head that the only way I could bring back that texture is by using like a varnish or a sealant at the end. But no, that's really smooth and plasticky again. So that's my tip, my amateur tip. By the way, when you guys build a kit, do you like to listen to something at the same time? I've tried building in silence, I've tried building talking to people, I've tried building whilst watching something, and I've tried building whilst listening to something. So far, my favourite thing to do is listening to an audiobook whilst I'm building. I've tried music, but when I'm using my hands, like doing an intense project, I want to give my brain a stronger activity as well to match the energy, so music just doesn't really feel like enough. I find that I get distracted easier. Does that make any sense? But that being said, I can't listen to an audiobook while I'm walking, but I can listen to music while I'm walking. Is that weird? Is anyone else like that? Please let me know it's not just me. Okay, so that is the face and head done. So now we can go ahead and move on to the torso. Few hours into the marathon build like this and my fingers are really starting to hurt. Do I need gloves? Should I be wearing gloves for this? Also, it's easy not to notice when you're building in shorter bursts, but you're using your brain quite a lot while you're thinking about putting the kit together, which makes marathon builds pretty fatiguing mentally too. I'm an illustrator, which means I'm used to chaining myself to my desk for hours until a piece is done, so I'm good at not getting tired working on creative projects for a long time. But I was feeling really worn out already. To be honest, it kind of surprised me. Oh no, I put this in upside down. Okie doke. Let's try to take this apart. I literally just put hand cream on before this, so I'm like slipping all over the place. Right. Come on, you can do it. Come on. Got it! Okay. This way. This way. Okay. Okay, now that the torso is all finished up, I'm going to move on to the arms. Okay, so I just finished up the arms. Here they are. I think that's the wrong way around, that's fine. I don't think I said this earlier, but for now I'm just doing the base version of her. I'll add on the additional accessories and things like that a little bit later. I just want to get the base form down. So the next thing I'm going to do is the legs. It doesn't look too complicated. Usually the legs I find to be quite tricky. I find especially the feet and the shoes to be quite tricky, so looking forward to getting through that. And this part, the joints, oh my gosh, I hate the joints. When I take these off, it'll be the first runner that's finished. I love finishing a runner, it's so satisfying.
I'm doing the second part of the thigh now, and I am struggling so much. I hate I hate the joints. I hate them. Okay. I just finished the legs and the feet, and they are now all ready to go, so I'm going to go ahead and attach them to the torso, and then we can move on to the wings and the skirt. I think technically I'm meant to do this a little bit later, but I'm so bad at it, I just want to get it done now before they have all the extra layers on, you know? Yeah. She's looking so cute already. Okay. Time for the wings. I'm so excited. Okay. Okay, so I did just take a little break because I'd been building non-stop for like 5 hours, but I'm back and I am diving right back into the skirt, and then after that all I have to do is the weapon and the wings, and that's the only things that I'm really keen to get done today. Everything else is more optional and I might add them in the future, like after this video. So alright, let's get back to it.
At some point I lost a piece of the bow. I am literally so devastated. I looked for it for 2 weeks and I couldn't find it anywhere. So as sad as I am, we must carry on without it. Finally done. Thank you so much for watching. That was so much fun. I absolutely love building this kit. She is my brand new favorite. She looks so cute. Although I do think she is a little bit tricky. She is still beginner friendly enough that it wasn't too difficult for me, and I didn't have to ask Todd for help this time, so that's a huge plus. Other than that, yeah, I really loved building it. Thank you so much for coming along with me. If you're interested in having her join your collection too, she's currently in stock, I believe, on our website, so make sure you check that out. All right, thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon. Bye bye.